I love how Americans, like a certain group of Americans, that tell you like, oh, there is no racial problem in America. We have passed racial relations being an issue. I don't see color and all these things. And all it takes is like one basketball game between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark for it to turn into a goddamn race war, right? But it's pretty interesting because the way I see it, I actually think if people just kind of, and you guys know where I stand. I don't run away from when there's a race issue. But if you look at it from a ball perspective, like as a sports person, the actual issue that's being discussed here is pretty typical of sports, right? If it wasn't race relations, if it wasn't misogyny and misogyny involved in this, where people don't give, in my opinion, women the space to be athletes, right? You would just go, okay, there's one athlete mad at another. How do you see it? Oh, this wasn't a foul on purpose. It wasn't meant to be a hard foul. Maybe it was. Athletes have agendas. This one might feel some type of way. It's competitive, right? The grace that we give men. But instead, it is turned into some shit, right? And I know it's turned into some shit. I don't have to point to any white person. No. I just go to my two coons, okay? And I go look up what they're saying, okay? The first one is RG3. Once I see RG3 in here antagonizing Angel Reese, okay, I know these are the Samuel L. Jackson, the Django. Peep the snow bunny in the back. Peep the bunny in the back. I already know what's going on. I go to the other coon, Jason Whitlock. You already see. Black girl, Angel Reese, reacts poorly to a typical foul. Two white liberals blame white girl. You know what I'm saying? Other than jealousy. So I already know. And I think Angel Reese's experience is valid. I don't think she's made it a racial issue per se. I think she's talked about she didn't like the foul and things like that. And you have Caitlin Clark, who's came out and said, oh, no, that was just a take foul. Like, I see this. That's just irking me a little bit. It's like I don't like how it's getting away from the feistiness. I heard some stuff about the remarks made by the crowd against Angel Reese, I guess mimicking monkeys and things like that. That's the WNBA is investigating that stuff, right? So they've got to put out this statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discriminations in all form, right? They have no place in our league or society. We're aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. So I want you to understand, my disposition, which is at the end of the day, there are two things at play here. They're going to intersect. So someone like Caitlin Clark is going to deal with misogyny. Someone like Angel Reese is going to deal with racism and misogyny. When you see Caitlin Clark even speak up for black women in the league, she'll face hate from her own group. So these things exist. But when these two ladies are being athletes, and it's good for the sport, and they're being competitive, it's going to get feisty, right? It's up to us as an audience member. Get your head up out your ass. And that's why we should talk about racial relations at other times before it rears its ugly head, okay? In basketball games like this.